Good morning, everyone. How are you? My name is Shobit Singhal, and I'm very fortunate and very happy today to invite a guest who is a certified and competent facilitator. She comes with close to 18 years of work experience in the field of sales, operations, learning, and development, respectively. Very happy to have her here. She has managed a team of over 20 executives with an MNC for over 6 years. Her core competent training areas include business communications, written and spoken, POSH is prevention of sexual harassment, image consulting and styling, personality development, critical thinking, management, feedback techniques, customer service, telephone etiquette, and other essential skills. Whew. She has trained over 4,000 plus people from various industries and various levels. The motto of her training is when in doubt, ask, and no question is a wrong question. So I have a very great personality with me. Her name is Mrs. Dipti Maurya. Dipti, welcome to this channel and welcome to this podcast. How do you feel, Dipti?
Thank you so much, Shobit, and a very good morning to you. I feel great, amazing, and a little nervous as well at the same time, talking face to face with you. Let's see how it goes.
Thank you, Dipti. I always say that people who have come with great experience, they are very humble. They are always very down to earth, and I don't know why. You should be proud of the fact that you have done so much, and in such a great life you have done, like great achievements and great experience you have. And fortunately today I will be able to get some information out of you. Now, Deepti, as I have already discussed this with you, that today it's not about the profession. Today it's not about the training, nitty-gritties, not about the secrets of being a professional. But I want to have a discussion, very different discussion with you. So for people who are watching this, I would like to, like to tell you that today I'm going to discuss the dilemma of life, the midlife crisis with Deepti, and it's going to be a very important discussion. So Deepti, before I get into like the motherhood, the parenthood, and the management and all that, why don't you tell me currently what are you doing? What all things you do currently in your professional life? That's what I wanted to know first.
Absolutely. So, Shobit, first of all, thank you for highlighting that I am somewhere in midlife. So, thanks for revealing my age.
I'm so sorry.
Very
That's not my intention.
well, I'm sure it wasn't. All right. So back to what I'm currently doing. What I'm currently doing is
Mhm,
what you just mentioned. So I
mhm,
I train, I facilitate and coach people,
mhm,
executives and trainers and college
mhm,
students,
mhm.
whether postgraduate or undergraduate on image consulting,
Okay.
various soft skills, and I take leadership, management trainings, and I help
Mhm,
them groom themselves, feel confident. So,
mhm,
A, if they are employed, they are confident and they can move up to a next level. And if
mhm.
they are looking to get employed, in that case, I make them employable.
Okay, that's great. That's great, Deepti. So, is there any company you are working full time, or you are working as a freelance or as a part time job only? Is there a full time company that you work for?
No, I work as a freelancer and I think
Okay.
it is very empowering.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
yes, and you get different experiences, you get to meet different
Correct.
people. Variety is, after all, spice of life, right?
Yeah, yeah. Of course, of course.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So, yes,
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy working freelance. I think I've had enough of corporate stint. I have had enough of
Mm-hmm.
full-time working.
Mm-hmm.
This part-time freelance thing works fantastically for me.
Great, awesome. So, Deepti, you are part of Book Readers Club. You are part of Spoopin group of you're making your own program course. And I remember Book Readers Club, there was a discussion we were having that you have to complete a book today and then one chapter. And there was a message by you and one more person. And both of the common thing between both of you were mothers. And
Uh-huh.
you mentioned that today it will be difficult. I will complete this task tomorrow. And the other person said, and you replied on that yes, as a mother, I can understand what you are saying. So,
Absolutely.
Deepti, one thing I wanted to know that how do you manage the work and being a mother or a wife, like the household work and the work that you're doing? Because as a bachelor, I my full dedication is toward my work. I don't have to worry what I'm cooking or what there's a kid running in my house. There's no worry like that. How do you manage both of these as a mother and as a professional? How do you do that?
Okay. So until this COVID started, it wasn't a big question in my life,
Okay.
or it wasn't a huge matter, because everything was on autopilot.
Okay.
So my son went to school, he returned. By then, the food was ready. If I'm not available, there's someone available to feed him. And the day went by. When I returned, I helped him with his studies, and the day ends. So it wasn't much of an issue. But now that we all are stuck at home, yes, it indeed is become a challenging task. So how I manage it with my work is, I try and complete my chores as early as possible. I try waking up before my son does,
Okay.
so that when he's awake, he has that little bonding time with me. Then I carry on with my chores, because he's had that mama time. He's happy now, he's happy to play, wander around, so he'll play. And I will finish with my official or household work. And since I'm a freelancer, I have freedom to choose the time that
There is no fixed time.
Absolutely. So usually I prefer working from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till then. I can go till 8 or 9 at night.
So, please.
Yes, so it's that way becomes a little easy. But yes, you have to manage time. That's one thing. And the other thing is, whilst you work, you have to ensure that your child is busy into something. So keeping them busy is something which was challenging to me.
So the idea behind managing work is make the child busy.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And Shobit, our days, if we remember as childhood, I'm sorry, you're too young, but still, but still, we can probably correlate that as children, our objective was ki, haan bhai, we have had like breakfast, we got our food, we got our time to play, we studied a little bit, and we were happy. As far as we got to play, we were happy. But it's not the same with children today. They are way smarter than us. They have a lot of questions. They get bored very easily. Yes, so I come up with something new every day. So first thing when I wake is, how am I going to keep him busy today? Is the question. So I have few. Go ahead.
So, Deepti, listening to all this, it looks very, to be very honest, it looks very challenging, because as a bachelor, I have to worry about one aspect, but as a mother, you have to think about many aspects. The second question based on this is, like many people I interact with, and they because I'm a professional. I work with so many different companies. I'm part of Training Gurukul. I'm part of Book Readers Club. I'm part of Scoopin. Lot of females I interact with, and most of them are married and they are managing house and work. Most of the females that I interact with, they are not doing anything in terms of professionally, because they are basically a wife or a mother. According to you, how important for a woman to work post marriage? So they should continue work with the household, or do you think they should focus on one thing, like being a mother or a wife, or what do you think? I am confused about this, but I would like to know your thoughts. Should a woman continue to work, or should they not? What do you think?
Okay, so Shobit, so it is totally an individual decision.
Okay.
However, in my opinion, yes, they must have a hustle going on, something, even if it requires, say, a minimum of, say, half an hour or 1 hour of an involvement per day. Okay, they should do something, because end of the day, self-development is important.
Correct.
As individuals, we need to grow from here every day.
Correct.
And working with different people, meeting different people helps us grow mentally. And when we grow mentally, we are together with the world, at par with the world. And therefore, working is necessary. Now, I come from a very humble background, wherein I always required to work as a child. So I started working when I was 16. Okay, so
I was waiting for it. No problem.
Yeah, so I always I always have worked. And now if I do not work, or if I do not have to work, then it will be odd for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it is totally an individual decision. But yes, I say that for your self-respect, for your
Mm-hmm.
dignity, for your growth and
Mm-hmm.
improvement,
Mm-hmm.
you should work,
You
must
should work.
work.
You should
Yeah,
work. Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. So your son is trying to, that's the fun of it. So, Deepti, okay, because this is an open platform. I'll share my views. Okay. I genuinely believe that there is no profession like housewife. I genuinely believe that, and when people say very proudly that I'm a full-time homemaker or I'm full-time mommy, I believe that whatever you have done all over your life, like till 12th you studied, you got board exams, then you graduated in some subject, you have taken a specialization, you should work towards it or something fruitful or productive. That's something which I believe. But also, I understand that many women have this kind of pressure that they have to this is maternal instincts maybe sometimes that I have to be in the house, I have to take care. So if let's say there's a woman who have just got married and she wants to be in a profession, but again she has house also, what suggestions would you give that person? Or like according, because I'm not the right person to give any kind of suggestion. I want to know from you because you have experience, you have been there, you have done that. So what is the, for a newly wed woman, what suggestions you have to how to manage the work and the family? What suggestion would you have for her?
So again, something that is an individual decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, like, say, when I got married, I
Mm-hmm.
continued working full
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
However, when I had my son, when I gave a
Mm-hmm.
birth to my son, I
Mm-hmm.
started working, but then I saw that my son started falling sick very often.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I had to quit my full time job, my managerial position, and I moved
Yeah,
into
yeah,
freelance.
yeah,
Yes. So, of course, uh, when you get married, your priorities change.
yeah.
Okay, or when you are a mother, your priorities change. And if you have committed to something,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a marriage or motherhood,
Mm-hmm.
you should give it a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so if say finances allow, it
Mm-hmm.
is preferable that as women, even we deserve to take that time off. And why
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't we?
Yeah. No, actually, as you said that, I'll just say something which I really want to. Why can't like when we say like I'm a full-time mommy, we are happy about it. Okay, great, awesome. But when a man cannot say that I'm a full-time father. So why can't a man stay at house and do all this work, like why can't a woman be a full-time professional and a father can stay at house? Like I would love to do that. If my wife says that Shobit, yeah, please stay at house and take care of the house, I'll be very happy. Okay, you go in and take your career. I'll be out making videos, having fun with kids. I can do that. So why do you think there is, like, I know the pat answer for this, for ancestors and like cultural, and for decades this formula is working, but what do you think? The key and ka concept, that role changing. What do you what views do you have about this? What do you think about that?
See, as far as roles and duties are concerned, it's we who divided, and it's
Hmm.
we who have distributed this work thing as
Hmm.
human beings. It's
Correct,
not, it's not somewhere. It's not coming from any books,
correct,
basically.
correct, correct.
All right, and the reason is that somewhere that men cannot do multitasking. I'm really
So
sorry to say this, but then
no, no,
that's a fact.
that's I, I
That's a
I
fact.
agree to that. I agree
Yes,
to that. Yes.
while a woman can be a
Hmm.
professional, a mother,
Hmm.
a wife, a
Hmm.
daughter-in-law, a sister-in-law, and a friend,
Hmm.
and many more things. If you ask a man to get up from his television and say switch off a light or a fan, he will have to process it, and we as women can automatically do it.
Yeah.
And as far as your question is concerned,
Hmm.
Shobit,
Hmm.
we need more men like you. Okay,
Okay.
so yes,
Okay.
it's yes. So if you are ready to do it, I'm sure you will find a
Hmm.
right match for you who will be more than happy to work full time
Yeah.
and take care of finances.
Yeah.
There are wives who earn more than their husbands.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I think
Yeah,
that's fine.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, they maintain that they maintain that low profile because they do not want others to know, and they do not want their husband's ego to get
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah, that's.
Yes. So if we have more men like you who are open,
Mhm.
welcoming, yes, we would love to. Why
Mm.
not? More
Yeah.
than happy. And of course, why should only men have the responsibility of earning
Mm, mm,
finances?
mm,
But having said that, why should
mhm.
women only have responsibility of taking care of domestics?
Yeah, of course, 100%. I
Yes.
completely agree that.
Yes. So it is a decision between the
Mhm.
couple. It is the
Mhm.
decision between two people. And if two people agree to something,
Mhm.
nothing like it. There is
Yeah, yeah,
harmony
yeah,
always.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, I always say that, I like, for me, individuality is very important. Like, I always believe that, why I don't want my wife to be known as Shobhit Singhal's wife. I want her to be known as, she's a professional, she's a salesman, whatever profession is, that's what her identity should be, and that's something very important. So I think there are many women who are. So we talk about women empowerment. Actually, it is changing. I think women are taking the lead. I think there are, like, my own sister. I see, like, my elder sister Mahima. She's in Bangalore, and during the lockdown, I got a chance to stay with her for a month. And
Uh-huh.
12 hours, 14 hours she was working. She's the AVP of a big company. And
Wow.
like, still, and I was the one who was looking forward to make food. Chalo yaar, like, this is something new. But she was more competent. She was more aware. She was the one who used to check the gas. She was the one who used to check the, like, just show it. This is the time you should sim the gas, something like that. She was very active. Her mind. She was sitting on the computer working, and her mind was complete. Like, she can multitask. So as you said, so women have this kind of instinct. I think it comes from practice. But again, yeah, I think it is time for things to be changed. Very important. And I personally believe that third generation and fourth generation will not change. Sorry, the first generation and second generation. Our forefathers and fathers will not change. It is up
Absolutely.
to us how we raise our kids now. If we raise our kids,
Absolutely.
if I have a son and I'm raising him to be just go out and have fun, that's not the way. If I'm having a daughter, and if I'm raising her, you stay at home and work. That's the way the difference is. I don't have to raise them like this. So that's how it will change. So that's something which I believe. Yeah.
Yes, and people our age are actually doing it. Okay,
Yeah.
so for example, I make my son do little things
Hmm.
that he can help me with. So for an
Hmm.
example, if he has had food, he will clean the table.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
so
Hmm.
this not only makes him independent, it also
Hmm.
makes him humble.
Correct. Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
yes, that humility, teaching that humility to men is very important.
Hmm.
While men are raised to
Hmm.
boast their egos, yes, and while
Okay.
men are raised that
Hmm.
they should not do particular tasks because it's
Hmm.
way below their intellect and it's
Hmm.
way below their gender,
Hmm.
we need to raise men, we need to raise women
Hmm.
equally so that both can do everything.
Yeah.
And our mothers make us actually paralyzed when they do not teach us to
Correct.
cook and take
Correct.
care of ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Correct.
So
Correct.
mothers need to understand that not
Yeah.
only your son is going to help your
Hmm.
wife, but he can help himself in
Yeah.
under any circumstances.
Yeah.
And COVID is the right time that proves that cooking is so essential.
Yeah. Yeah, recently there was Mother's Day, and I'm very active on LinkedIn, and
Hmm.
there's a girl who posted on LinkedIn that I really like, on Mother's Day I wish my mothers a happy Mother's Day. And I remember I love the way she makes food, and her food was amazing, and that's the best skill I remember. And post comment, which skill do you remember of your mother? That day I read 50 comments. Out of 48 of them, 48 or 49 of them were about food. My
Exactly.
mother is a great cook. So basically, like, out of 50 people, 49 think that the mother was only cook. So basically,
Absolutely.
she don't have any singing, dancing, scale, profession, any other skills we don't know. We just know our mother was a great cook. So that's I want to change. I don't want my son or my daughter to speak about me or my wife about this. My mother was like this, my father was great this. So that's the kind of perception we need to change, I think. That's something which really needs to change. Anyway, so now, let's say from your experience, because you have worked in so many domains and so much experience you have, what career advice would you give to a woman? Let's say, like, what are the best careers, or what field they can easily work, and also they can manage their house. Basically, let's hear that.
Okay. So again, it depends on your interest.
Mm-hmm.
Shobit, if you are interested in something,
Mm-hmm.
you will beat the time, you will beat
Mm-hmm.
everything, and you will work
Mm-hmm.
for it. So I will not say that as a woman, a particular profession
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
suits you or can suit
Mm-hmm.
you. It
Mm-hmm.
is totally your
Mm-hmm.
choice. It is
Mm-hmm.
totally your passion towards it.
Correct. Correct.
So if I talk about myself,
Mm-hmm.
as a child, I wanted to become a teacher.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Always
Correct.
wanted to become a teacher, because maybe because the only professions that I was aware of were doctor,
Mm-hmm.
engineer, and
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is
Mm-hmm.
always I cannot see blood, so
Mm-hmm.
doctor was never the case for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I
Correct.
thought, why not teacher?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Correct.
and today when I teach, I feel great about it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I make time. And it's not that when I'm working as a freelancer, I'm just working 2 hours or 3 hours a day
Mm-hmm.
for that session. You too train, and you know
Mm-hmm.
that taking different variety of dynamic sessions
Mm-hmm.
requires that kind of a preparation,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because crowd is always different.
Of
So it
course.
does require a lot of background work before you actually come in front and speak for 2 hours or 3 hours.
Yes. Correct.
So there is no particular career
Mm-hmm.
that I can advise of,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely something that you're passionate about, something
Mm-hmm.
that which you're good at, and which you
Mm-hmm.
think you
Mm-hmm.
will grow at.
That's great. Correct, correct. That's awesome. And if you permit, I'll just add something here that, whatever you're passionate, today we are living in such a great age that even making stitching or flow, making a that can also be a profession on the internet. So I would like to say that, three aspects, whatever you're passionate about, three aspects. One, use digital. Be a
Absolutely.
digital champion. Use internet to the full advantage. Secondly, have the ability to speak or present your work. Presentation skills is the most important skill in today's world. Whatever you're doing, don't keep it to yourself, because this is the COVID-19 time. Pandemic has taught us that we need to be interactive with people. Public speaking has become more important. So you should be able to present your work. And third and most importantly, every work that you do, whether you are doing into cooking, whether you are doing a professional work, you're doing a right or something, it should help people. It should be able to solve a problem. So, like for example, you can cook. There are many people who can cook. There are free YouTube channels available. But through your cooking, what help can I get? Will I be able to reduce weight? Will I be able to increase my immune system or something like that? So these three aspects, if anyone can take, every day 2-3 hours also you dedicate, you can easily earn up to a great amount of money. And that's something which even I'm working the knowledge transformation blueprint, as you have seen. So
Yes.
31st July I'm launching that program, and that's the aim of that program. So whatever knowledge you have, you can transform that knowledge into a program for yours.
Absolutely.
So,
And
so
I'm
that's
looking
some.
forward to it.
Thank you so much, Deepti.
Absolutely.
So that's something which I wanted to do. So I think that today we have touched upon a very important topic, and I think I hope many women will watch this and they get inspired. And one thing that Deepti and I both can vouch, I think it is impossible to just stay at home and do nothing. Impossible. I cannot believe that, if someone says I don't have time, I can't do, you can do. Trust me. It's just that you need to be a little more. You just make little changes. And Deepti, am I right? Anyone can do it? Is there a limitation that no, you can't do it? Is there a way, or someone can, work, stay at home and work? What do you think?
Well, there is only a limitation, that is, you will not do it if you don't want to do it.
Correct,
That's the
correct.
only limitation, and that's being blunt if you
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
but that's the fact. But if you want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
you see, I agree that opportunities are limited
Mm-hmm.
currently, and
Correct.
I will not deny the fact. But
Mm-hmm.
those are the outlier you can dodge.
Correct, correct.
You continue with your hustle and you will get something. If you want to start with, say, a career, or if you want to
Mm-hmm.
start with a channel or something, it
Mm-hmm.
requires a lot of background work as well.
Mm-hmm.
You may
Correct.
not launch today, but
Mm-hmm.
at least start working in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it is,
Correct,
as you rightly said, it is difficult, it is impossible to not do something
correct,
than to do something.
correct, correct. Yeah.
Absolutely, it is.
So your son is being very inquisitive. Is
Oh,
he there?
he indeed is.
Yeah, yeah.
He thinks that we cannot see him. because he's not
Yeah,
looking at the camera. That's
yeah,
his
yeah.
ideology, but it doesn't work that way.
Would you like to take him on the call? I can ask him some questions.
He will run miles away, but we can try. Prayan, come here. Please come here. See?
What's his name?
Prayan.
Prayan. Okay.
Yes.
Nice name. So, Deepti, thank you so much for joining. I think the kind of discussion that we had is very relevant and very important. And this is one of my personal mission to make, to make people, let's say, employable. I don't want people. I don't like to see people sitting at home, whether male or female. I don't like unemployment. I like to see people working. Some way or the other, at least some productivity they should do. That's something very important. I would like to, ask you in last any feedback or any question that you have asked, you want to ask me, or anything you want to say about the work that I'm doing, or any question that you have. I would be happy to answer that for you.
Yes, what's in that knowledge transformation blueprint, if you can tell me?
So basically, it's a video course. Okay, it's a video course that basically um, any person who's working in the company, let's say your full-time company, or let's say any person who's sitting at home also, over the years they have acquired some special knowledge or some skills which the company itself don't have. For example, I in my last company, I was producing a revenue of 20-25 lakhs per month, let's say.
Wow.
And let's say I'm getting a salary of 50,000, right? So out of 20 lakhs, 10% is 2 lakhs, 5% is 1 lakh, and 2.5% is 50,000. So
Correct.
total revenue that I'm producing for my company, I'm getting 2.5% of it, right? And sometimes that too also because of COVID-19, they say ki nahi, nahi, nahi milega and all that. So like, basically, I have a question here. The hard work that I'm doing, I'm totally getting 2% of it. Not even 2%, even 5% I'm not getting. And
Absolutely.
trust me, I understand the kind of the work, the marketing, the product, everything is of company, but it's my effort which reached out to 20 lakhs, 45 lakhs, right? So my idea is knowledge that you have acquired over the years. Why don't you make your own program and sell it online?
Mm-hmm.
So the knowledge transformation blueprint is basically whatever knowledge you have acquired over the years, whether you're a salesperson, whether you're a digital person, whether you are a homemaker. You as a parent, you know how to take care of your kid, or you know how to make your kid listen to you. That's also a skill.
Absolutely.
Why don't you make convert the skill into an education program and sell it to people who needs that? There are many people who needs that. Today, because
Absolutely.
of COVID-19, let's say I'm not able to call an electrician to my house. Are you an electrician? If you're an electrician, convert that knowledge into a program and sell it. People will listen to it because people want to be independent today.
Truly.
They don't want to, the electrician guy or urban club. They don't want to depend on those services. They want to do everything DIY, do it yourself. It's the key here. Can you
Absolutely.
make people do it yourself? Can you make people teach? Can you convert that knowledge that you have into a education program? So knowledge transformation blueprint is the holy bible of converting your knowledge into an education program. So that's what I'm trying to do.
All right. Great. So you are basically looking at empowering people.
Empowering people by making them independent. I don't want people even on jobs, like if person is full time job, they are dependent on that. But 30th को salary नहीं मिलेगा तो क्या होगा?
क्या हुआ?
So it's
Right.
like I don't like dependency. I have personally have been a dependent on a lot of things. I want to be completely independent in my life. So basically, my Activa, my car, my small 1 BHK, these books, I want to own all this because this is my independence. So I want people have to have independence. I don't want wives to depend on their husbands. I
Absolutely.
want to say that, okay, why don't you have your own earning by sitting at house and you can do such stuff. I don't want employees to depend on their bosses. I don't want a
Truly.
15-year-old kid to depend on his father to give him money.
Truly.
If you're a 15-year-old, you have a lot of knowledge about some stuff, sell it on online. Nobody's stopping you. So that's what the
Absolutely.
idea is. Knowledge transformation. Transform your knowledge into a program. That's what I'm
Mm.
trying to do. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. So as rightly said that you fish for a man, you feed him for a day.
Awesome.
You teach
Yeah,
him
yeah.
to fish, yes, you feed him
Yeah,
lifetime.
yeah. Yes, actually.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Great strategy.
Great.
Great.
So
Impressed.
Deepti, thank you so much for doing this. I think it was a like very enlightening session for me as well. I got to share a lot of. Generally, I don't speak that much, but today I have spoken a lot with you. That's also a quality of a good trainer. You're a good listener because many people don't have patience. That's a very good quality. And thank you so much. And I really I really wish you luck because you are making your own program with Skupin also, if I'm not wrong. Exam that
Absolutely.
you are doing that, and you're part of BRC Book Readers Club also. How's your journey with Book Readers Club? How's it going? Are you reading books? Is it helping you?
Oh, Shobit, I cannot thank you enough for that, because I think a little push was something that I required,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I have got from BRC. I
Mm-hmm.
love reading. I love
Correct.
to read. However, it's always like, let's do it tomorrow,
Correct.
later,
Correct.
later.
That's fine. That's
But
fine.
it's a group of like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
When they do it together,
Correct.
you're automatically motivated. And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
actually surprised by how I'm able to make that time to read. And
Mm-hmm.
though I love to read,
Mm-hmm.
I never ever have in my life read 5 books in a month,
Mm-hmm.
which I did with you, which I did with BRC. So I'm really thankful to you and other people in the group. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
That's great. Yeah. I always say that I have not done anything. I have like it's all about people's effort, what they wanted to do, and that got because many programs I also enroll myself, but I never give myself like dedicate myself to that program. People who have completed the books, it's their hard work. They have done it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Dipti. I think that was a great conversation, and I think I also learned a lot of things. I think people who are watching this, especially women, they will learn a lot of out of this. Any last thoughts before we wind up?
Thank you so much for inviting me. It was an honor, and it was definitely nice interacting with you. And would love to have more conversation with you. Why
Yes,
not?
definitely. I would love to attend one of your trainings and ask you as many questions I can.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dipti. Bye. Take care.
Thank you so much, Shobit.
Say bye to Pranam, right?
Rayan.
Prayan.
Yes,
Prayan.
Rayan.
Bye. Say to hi to him. Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Bye.